Right guys, so as the title says, how to become verified on Depop. My Depop, I'll put it down there, Ryan's Finds, IHINDS, FINDS. I've been verified on Depop for 2 years now. I think it's my 2-year anniversary this month. So it was January 2019, January 2019. Basically, Depop have just re-released their top seller code of conduct this month, January 2021. And I thought I'd sort of just go through it all. We'll go through all the requirements that you need to become a top seller, as well as all the benefits that you get from becoming a top seller. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. It's going to be a bit of a waffly one, but we'll sort of just trundle through it. I've done a bit of highlighting and sort of just summarized it. It's about 8 pages long, but you only really need like the first 3. And even then I've summarized it all for you to go through and sort of just, I'll give my opinions on it as well. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new here, and sort of try and enjoy it. Hopefully it's just going to be a bit of info really for people who are sort of new to the app or want to become a verified seller. So yeah, we'll get into it now. Right, starting off with the program requirements. I'm going to read this bit sort of word for word because this is literally all the stats and figures that you need to reach to become a top seller. You're sort of just going to have to bear with my illiterate sort of reading. So starting off with these monthly sales targets, you have to meet these over a consecutive 4-month period. We'll start off with the UK. I'll read it word for word, but I'll put like what it actually says there, so you can read it in your own time. Sell 50 items at an average price of £15, or sell items totaling £2,000 before fees. That's for the UK. US, sell 50 plus items at an average price of $20 or sell items totaling $2,600 before fees. And then Australia, sell 50 plus items at an average price of $26 or sell items totaling 3,500 Australian dollars before fees. And then the rest of the world is the same as the UK basically. Sell 50 plus items at an average price equivalent in the value of £15 or sell items equivalent to a total value of £2,000 before fees. Hopefully some of you understand that. I literally read that word for word. But basically you get, in the UK, each month you have to sell 50 items or more. Each item has to have an average of £15 or more. What I would recommend and what I did, I took off shipping completely and then sort of just put that into the main item price, because obviously that helps you with sales. That's what Depop says, and I think it does personally. And also it sort of just helps you see your figures and what you're getting from each sale overall. With the 2 options that you get, it obviously depends on what type of shop you've got. If you're selling like sportswear and like small brands, knitwear, small like lower price items, you're going to go for the 50 plus item most of the time. And then obviously if you're like a curated shop, high end sort of those things, you could sell like 6 things and that might add up to £2,000. But it just depends on what you're selling really. With those 2 options as well, you can mix and match, because I know I did that in the 6 months before I got verified. I remember getting around 60 sales, I think, and that was nowhere near £2,000. And then the next month I think I did like 2,500 in sales, but I sold less items than the previous month. So you can mix and match, which is good. I'll quickly say this before we move on to the next requirement. But when I did it, I had to do it over 6 months, and obviously it was 6 months prior to January 2019. And when I did it, I had no wholesaler or supplier or anything like that. No godly supplier who just sent me spell out sweatshirts, because there is more to vintage than spell out sweatshirts. But yeah, that's just me saying you don't need a wholesaler to get verified. You can just get out there and go and look for the stuff for yourself. The next requirement, customer reviews. It's very easy. Maintain an average rating of 4.5 stars. Super easy to do. Very hard to not do. Literally just state your flaws, state your condition, state the measurements, pit to pit, length, all of that. Yeah, just be honest with people. That's the main thing. If you couldn't get to the post office that day, tell them that. I think people would rather be told the truth than lied to. It's really easy to maintain that 4.5 stars. I take pride in my reviews. It's one of my favorite things from the app, just because people can literally go on them and read through every single one. And yeah, do partial refunds if you do miss flaws. I've done less than 10, I think. And yeah, just be honest is the main thing. Use your common sense, treat people how you want to be treated on the app, and you'll get good reviews. Right, moving on to the next requirement, shipping time. Quite a few verified sellers threw up a bit of a fuss over this, but what Depop states with the shipping time is, ship your items within 3 days on average and ensure buyers receive their items within an average of 10 days. Shipping an item within 3 days is really not hard to do, especially if you're full-time. Me personally, I don't do this full-time. I've got a normal job. I don't know how to say that, but just like an everyday job that most people wouldn't ask random questions about. But yeah, I do that 4 or 5 days a week, and I still manage to post items just about every single day. Might have the 1 day off, 1 or 2 days off a month, where I just can't get there in time or don't have enough time, I'm busy. But yeah, my main tip for people in the UK, this is what I do and what I've done for the past 3 years. Find the post office which is open till late. That's the main thing. Where I used to live in Ipswich, there was a co-op which was open till 10 o'clock every night, 7 days a week, and it had a post office in it, and the post office was open obviously. And yeah, that was really handy, especially when you're working. Also with that, you can sort of use that as a bit of a selling tactic. I definitely used that line a few times over the years. For example, if it's like 7 o'clock at night and someone's sort of thinking about buying something, you can sort of like use the line like, let me know, I can ship within the next hour or two. Sort of lines like that, and it's definitely got me a few sales over the years. But yeah, it is really handy to find a post office which is open late. There's a few dotted around everywhere, you just have to keep looking. But obviously some places you won't be able to find any at all. Hopefully that's sort of helped you guys understand what you have to do and sort of giving you an insight into what I do. But basically those 3 things, monthly sales targets, customer reviews and shipping times, those are the main 3 things that you have to worry about and to do to become a verified seller. This next bit I'm going to put on the screen, but basically once qualified, top sellers will need to show consistent performance in order to remain in the program. You must meet the following criteria in each rolling 4-month period. So that's it there. It's basically the monthly sales targets, but times by 4 and over a 4-month period. And they sort of take an average of that whole period. I think they've done this because of seasons and seasonality, because obviously there'll be sellers who sell t-shirts and shirts, and their sales will most likely die down in the winter months. And then there'll be sellers at the opposite end of that who sell mainly warmer bits, coats, puffers, trench coats, whose sales will die down in the warmer months and then they'll be better in the colder months. They've sort of done that to help sellers who have a niche and sell one type of item and sort of help them throughout the year. Before the 4-month thing, they did it monthly, but it wasn't too bad. You basically just had to meet the monthly sales targets every month. But it's quite nice that they've done the over a 4-month period, because it helps people with seasonality and helps people who have seasoned stock. I'll quickly say this bit because it's to do with newly verified sellers, but newly qualified top sellers will be given 4 months before having to meet these sales targets. For example, if you qualify as a top seller in January, we will begin tracking your 4-month performance from May onwards. So that sort of helps with newly verified sellers who are still building their shops, building their reviews and total stock that they have, which again is very handy if you've just become a verified seller and you're still sort of getting into the rhythm of it all. Now we're on to the last part of the video, the program benefits, so the benefits of becoming a top seller. They've got 5 main titles, and we'll sort of just whiz through them all and I'll sort of give you my opinion. So top sellers benefit from the following perks. So verification, a blue tick on your Depop shop to indicate that you're a trusted seller. It does help sometimes people just don't even notice it, but it helps a lot when people ask for like more pictures of the tags and they want to ask if the item's legit. You can sort of just use the line, I'm a verified seller on here, I'm trusted by Depop and all that, and it saves me getting out of bed at like 11:30 at night because someone wants to see a picture of a Burberry tag. So at times it does help. Next, you got private community forum, exclusive space to connect with fellow top sellers and a Depop team. So when you get verified, you get given a code for an app called Slack. It's basically Twitter and sort of WhatsApp combined. I think like a lot of like corporations and businesses which have to work in like teams use it. But yeah, as I said, Twitter and WhatsApp put together. There's different channels. There's like a UK discussion, there's a tech discussion, and then I think there's a random one, and you're in all of them and you can sort of just chat to people, and it's like a way of contacting other top sellers as well as staff at Depop. The next benefit, account manager, a direct point of contact at Depop who will support your growth, answer questions and escalate any issues you face to our support team. Yeah, it's sort of just like not a mentor, someone, just an easy way to act as someone who knows your shop personally, and you can sort of just talk to them about your sales, about things you need to meet, targets, as well as issues, people giving you bad reviews which you don't think are fair. sort of things like that. It's just an easy way to contact someone at Depop. Next one, monthly stats. I'll put like a really old one there. I don't think they have the shop views. They have like shop shares now, but that's what an old one looks like and sort of what they still look like now. A detailed report of your sales activity, including items sold, amount earned, and items listed. Really handy, especially with taxes. It's quite helpful, and it also just helps you sum up your month, and you can see how well you've done compared to other months in other years as well as earlier in the year. And then the final one, promotional opportunities. Extra consideration for feature opportunities across the Explore page, social media, and email. Within the Slack app, they do competitions, which is like there's money prizes for wholesale, money prizes for equipment, as well as being featured on Instagram, Depop, and sort of things like that. I think there was a competition last year which I took part in. I think it was a 3-week competition, which involved, I think it was listing 50 items each week, and each time you did that, your name was put into a hat, a raffle. If your name was picked, I think it was a money prize, and then I think it went down to like being featured on the Instagram, sort of things like that. Some of you would have seen like emails. You get emails from Depop, which is literally based around one seller. Those seem to be really good. I'm not 100% sure on how you'd get them, but most likely is post good content, good pictures, good stock, and sort of just be friendly and like a really good leader in the community. That's it for the whole video. I hope you learned something from it or just enjoyed it. But as I said, all that information I said was sent to verified sellers, as well as probably people who are in the pipeline to become verified. And you can find that information, I think, on like the Depop website or something like that. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, follow my Instagram and my Depop. We're down here at the bottom of the screen. Ryan's Finds, IHINDS, also comment down below any questions you've got. I'll try and answer them to the best of my expertise. But I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Peace.